Female court worker who was sacked whilst going through the menopause won back her job and also a £19,000 payout after a tribunal ruled her condition was a disability.
Yep, a disability. With us to discuss this is journalist Liz Jones, who says that her menopause was a revelation in a good way and that women should make it their secret kind of superpower. Alongside her is Diane Danzebrink from the organisation Menopause Support, who thinks that we need to talk more openly about the menopause and have better support available. But going further than that, do you think it should be treated formally as a disability?
No.
You don't?
No. What's happened is the judge has used the equalities law in this case, the 2010 equalities law, which states that debilitating symptoms that are had for a long period of time, so in this case over a year. Yeah. So the judge has used a point of law.
So it was correct in this case?
The judge was correct in this case to use that as a point of law, yes. But in more general terms, should menopause be treated as a disability? No, it shouldn't, and majority of women would say the same.
And some women just can't go to work, they can't leave the house because of the bleeding and the pain and all the rest of it. Why isn't that a disability?
So within the workplace, that, you know, kind of in this particular case, because it was a judgment, then yes, it can. Within HR law, HR professionals will know of this. However, in more general terms, menopause is not something that goes on forever. For majority of women, there is a very small percentage of women.
Some people are disabled for a period of time and then they get better.
Yeah, they do. So we're really talking about semantics. We're talking about about a point of law here. But the more important point is that for women in the workplace who do struggle with symptoms, what we need is more awareness of menopause in the workplace so that women don't leave the way that they are at the moment. So 1 in 10 women who suffer with, you know, kind of really severe symptoms are actually leaving the workplace. Employers are losing good, valuable members of staff.
Women have been brainwashed into believing that every normal, natural stage of their lives is a problem. And we moan about puberty, premenstrual tension, the biological clock. Even going on holiday, we worry, have we got the beach body ready? You know, have I had a Hollywood wax? And I'm here to report from the other side of the menopause, and it is a revelation. It's fantastic. You lose all your inhibitions. You don't care what people think of you. You don't waste so much time with a plastic bag on your head having your hair dyed. You don't have a Hollywood wax anymore. You don't care what men think about you. So it's really liberating. And I think if women keep playing the victim and keep moaning, no, people won't employ us.
But there are those women that do have severe symptoms and do find it really difficult for an amount of time.
Yes, there are some women who suffer through puberty, some women who suffer through fertility, but it's not all of us.
Have you been this particular woman's boss? And you've noted, and she had an exemplary record until this violent menopause overtook her quite quickly. And basically, she became forgetful, she became unreliable. She was no longer the very good employee that she was, through no fault of her own. It was the menopause that was affecting her. Would you have sacked her?
I wouldn't have sacked her, I would have supported her, but I think, you know, employers are running businesses. They're not running a charity for people who can't do the job. Maybe redeploy someone, get them to do different things, have some time off.
And that's called making a reasonable adjustment.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what's happening in the workplace. So I think the thing is, you know, sort of, as part of what I do, I go into the workplace and talk to employers, talk to employees. There are, you know, kind of along with colleagues, I'm doing that all around the country.
And what do you think
We've been into big police forces, we've been into big organisations. This is actually happening. This is not, you know, kind of, this is not something that isn't going on. It is happening.
OK, and what do you think of Liz's central point there? And she's been through the menopause.
Yeah.
You had quite a mild menopause, didn't you, in terms of symptoms? What do you think about her general, almost political point, which is women should see the menopause almost as an opportunity for change?
I think
is that sensible?
I think that Liz has a point there. However, what we need to remember is 25% of women have no menopause symptoms, 75% of women do have symptoms, 25% of those have debilitating symptoms. So what we need to do is we need to give women information before they get to the menopause, and we don't do that. We talk about periods, we talk about pregnancy, we don't talk about the menopause.
It's interesting, isn't it? It's one of the last medical taboos in a sense. I mean, do you think, Liz, that actually women shouldn't talk about it in the workplace, should just get on with the job and where they can, not let it affect them?
I think just get on with the job and stop moaning and stop playing the victim. Men don't do it, you know.
Well, we don't get the
embrace it, you know. Embrace
but we
it.
don't. Hang on, I must pick up on that. I mean, we don't have the menopause and we don't have periods and we don't have to carry babies.
Easy.
You know. Yeah, relatively speaking, we have it easy.
But men do have problems. They have stresses, they have responsibility, but they don't moan about it all the time.
Well, you should listen to me
I don't
sometimes.
know.
But for many women, they can't just get on with it.
No.
You know, I've spoken to 3 nurses in the last few weeks. They've all left the NHS because of their menopause symptoms. How many nurses can we afford to lose?
But it's interesting from that point of view. You don't think that they should have this same protection, though, for in severe cases, they can
They've
say,
chosen to leave because they didn't feel that they could approach their employer. 77% of our NHS staff are women. The average age is 43. How many can we afford to lose from a lack of information and support?
Well,